Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you are feeling well. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel and watch complete video till end for supporting me. So let's start today information. These are some updates on Iraq and Iraqi dinar.
Iraq is preparing to establish a project that changes the oil map. Does it affect energy producers? Oh, it's going to change the map all right. If they can accomplish this is really going to be huge. I do feel comfortable saying it has started. We are seeing movement. My understanding may be a little off as to how they are executing it. It's been pretty quiet from Iraq sources over the weekend. They seem to finish things first over there and then tell us. The ATM machines EMO are being loaded up. We have some US military forces protecting these ATM machines that are being loaded with lower denomination notes that will reflect a new exchange rate. They are distributing them all over. Banks are assigned to fill them up with lower notes. I don't know if they're doing it now or if they have done it or they're in the process of doing it. That's the phase 1 believe these ATM machines are in right now. Early elections in Iraq, Prime Minister stimulates al-Maliki's appetite for a third term. When they load or if they have loaded them up, new ATMs, the note count has already been determined. The note count for each individual machine has already been accounted for. These machines will be the state of the art. State of the art has nothing to do with the program rate. If it was, they would have had the state or the art with the program rate for the last 20 years. The CBI is desperately trying to put out the least amount of currency at the onset before they release the new exchange rate. Because once they do this, if needed, they will be able to add to this note count as the value is needed. The investment law is being passed. You'll see it very soon. They have no choice. Sadani is extremely happy about it because that's how you're going to be able to get these new contract with the new exchange rate. For the past 2 to 3 years now, Iraq has been trying to diversify their economy so that they are not totally dependent on oil. Although there has been progress, technically they still have at least 85% dependence on oil exports. The news is staying fantastic on the bond side. There is some competing information on the bond market. Seems some are receiving deposits, but my biggest international historic bond source has not yet gotten any dollars or a payout. I do feel comfortable saying it has started. We are seeing movement, but I am confused and waiting for some check-ins this morning to see if there is any money movement in Europe. I will get my Reno update around 1 or 2 this afternoon. My understanding may be a little off as to how they are executing it. The Al-Sadiqoun movement described the statements of the candidate for the position of U.S. ambassador to Iraq regarding the continued threat of ISIS as provocative. The movement confirmed in a statement, the project that the candidate for the position of U.S. ambassador to Iraq is waving, using the terrorists of Al-Hol camp to blackmail the government, is an old, renewed project that will not succeed with the jealous sons of Iraq. She added, the statements of the candidate for the position of U.S. ambassador to Iraq are a blatant violation of the basis of international relations, and an underestimation of Iraq's regional role and its ability to determine its foreign policy priorities. Pointing out, the candidate's statements reinforce the conviction that Washington is dealing with Iraq as an occupied country, stressing that, I will not accept the statements of the candidate for the position of U.S. ambassador under any circumstances. She stressed, the threat of using Al-Hol camp terrorists to blackmail the government will fail with the Iraqis. The Al-Sadiqoun movement continued, we categorically reject the candidate's attempts to interfere in the Iraqi financial and banking sector, stressing its rejection of the American presence and the presence of any combat forces or the establishment of military bases in Iraq. The movement concluded its statement with a message to the Americans. If your arrogance and provocation increases, you will not find anything other than what you are accustomed to from us. Today, Monday, the Ministry of Oil clarified the details of the Memorandum of Understanding signed with the American company Honeywell to develop refineries, and while it indicated the Prime Minister's directive to prepare a study to establish a pipeline network adjacent to the development road, it revealed projects that will enter service soon related to raising refining capacity. Deputy Minister of Oil for Refining Affairs, Hamid Al-Zoubey, told the official agency, there is a Memorandum of Understanding signed by the Minister of Oil under the auspices of the Prime Minister with Honeywell, which is one of the large specialized companies with extensive work in all activities, noting that a workshop was held with the company regarding refinery activity. Al-Zoubey explained, the memorandum that was signed aims to develop projects for developing refineries and to meet what was directed by the Prime Minister regarding the refinery capacity reaching 40% of the production capacity of crude oil, noting that Raising the refinery capacity to 40% will add value to the crude oil produced and lead to raise financial returns and thus support the national economy.